Tuesday. Tuesday is a day for doing tags, and I've seen the banned book tag going around a lot, so I thought I'd jump on the banned wagon, as it were. The 2024 data reported to the American Library Association's Office for Intellectual Freedom shows the majority of book censorship attempts are now originating from organized movements. Pressure groups and government entities that includes elected officials, board members and administrators initiated 72% of demands to censor books in school and public libraries. 72%. Parents only accounted for 16% of demands. It's crazy. My name is Jim. This is my channel, Books, Reading and Stuff. The banned book tag was created by Katrina at Ms. Peepers-Reading-Corner. I'll link to her channel in the show notes below. I saw Pat, a book chat with Pat, do this tag. I saw Gareth do this tag. I saw Romeo Reads Books, do this tag. I've seen Eyre and Facer do this tag. It's a lot of people have been doing this tag, and I recommend you check out all of them because they have a lot of interesting things to say. Pat has interesting things to say because she taught literature in a school for 40 years, and during that time she only had one parent ask for an alternative book for their child. But now these people like the Mums for Liberty, they're getting organized. There's these partisan book rating sites providing tools for activists to challenge books in libraries and things. Kelly on her channel is saying that in her area in Wyoming, that one of the parents challenging some of the books in the school libraries was a homeschooler. Her kids didn't go to the school, but she still wanted to challenge them. What is this? I thought America was supposedly land of the free. I know in other countries, in China, Jane Eyre is banned. The Chinese Communist Party deemed this unacceptable for Chinese children, but America, come on, you're better than this. So on to the prompts. Do you intentionally read banned books? Why or why not? Not usually, but a lot of the books I've read, I found out have been banned. This in 2020 was in the top 10 list of banned books by the American Library Association of Mice and Men. This is on a lot of curricula in the UK for reading. It was on the list apparently for racial slurs and racist stereotypes, but of Mice and Men, this is Steinbeck. Steinbeck won the Nobel Prize for Literature. Oh, it's like banning The Merchant of Venice because it's anti-Semitic as a Shylock, but Shylock has some of the best lines in The Merchant of Venice. I did read one book because it was banned, and that was And Tango Makes Three, which is a children's book about these two male penguins in New York Zoo. It's based on a real story who were given an egg by the keeper that had been abandoned by the mother penguin, and these two male penguins brought up the chick, Tango, without the females. And this book has been banned. There's no sexual content in it. It's just because a lot of these bans are because something might tell children that same-sex relationships are okay. What's wrong with same-sex relationships? Really? Prompt number 2, tell us your favourite banned book. There's so many. This is one of my favourites. Bastard of Istanbul. I don't know if this has been banned in America, but it caused a problem in Turkey. Another bastion of freedom. Not really. Elif Shafak is a Turkish writer, a best-selling writer. 2006, she was in court, accused of insulting Turkishness because of this book under Article 301 of the Turkish law. Fortunately, the charges were dropped, but she could have faced up to 3 years in jail because this book mentions the Armenian genocide. in Turkey, you're not allowed to mention the Armenian genocide. It's not just Elif Shafak that's had problems with this. About 60 different Turkish authors have had problems with this. Orhan Pamuk, another Nobel laureate, has had problems with this. But this is a book. It's about an American Armenian who goes to stay with her family in Istanbul because she wants to find out about her Armenian roots. And the family she stays with don't know anything about the Armenian genocide because it's been suppressed in Turkish schools, Turkish education, and she informs them about this. And because of this, Elif Shafak found herself in court in 2006. And this is a really good book. I really like The Kite Runner as well. In Pat's video, she mentions The Kite Runner was one of the books on the American Library Association's list of banned books by Khaled Hosseini. Prompt 3, share a story about book banging. I just did when I was talking about this. Prompt 4, which book would you memorize to save it from the censors? Maybe this one, The Last of Istanbul. Maybe this one, The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. It's not my favourite Margaret Atwood book. That would be Cat's Eye, but I don't think Cat's Eye has been on any list, but this certainly has because it's got the public attention. Prompt 5, are there any books that challenge your opinions on book banning? Be honest. I might question if I see Mein Kampf in a bookstore, but I think it'd be hypocritical if I suggested they take it off the shelves because I'm against any type of book banning. There's other books as well, like the Anarchist's Cookbook, which shows how to create different explosives and organize terrorist activities. This could harm somebody from somebody else reading it and acting upon it. But should we ban the Anarchist's Cookbook? I know it's been banned in Australia and many countries. I wouldn't ban any books, but if I see you reading Mein Kampf, if I see you reading Ayn Rand, I might question your choices. Finally, it's a tag, so I'm supposed to tag some people, but I'm a bit late to the party. This was supposed to be for Banned Books Week, which has finished now. But if you haven't done this tag, if you'd like to do this tag, consider yourself tagged. Tell us your opinions of banned books. I'll put the prompts in the show notes below and links also to the American Library Association's take on banned books because it's very interesting reading. Don't ban books. Don't burn books. Read books. If you like this video, don't tell Mums for Liberty about it, but you can give it a thumbs up and that will help me with this YouTube algorithm, and I shall see you on the next video. Goodbye.